You've heard it 1,000 times, haven't you? Follow your passion. It's the advice that drips with promise, a golden ticket to a life bursting with happiness and meaning. But what if I told you it's one of the most dangerous lies we've been sold? It's like chasing shadows, running after a fleeting feeling that doesn't know the way forward any better than you do. Here's the hard truth. Passion is fickle. It's a firework, bright, thrilling, but gone in seconds. The Stoics, masters of reason and clarity, saw passion not as a guide, but as a distraction. To them, passion wasn't a dream to pursue, but a storm to tame. They believed in something sturdier, purpose, a direction rooted in resilience and service, not fleeting whims. Think about this. How many times have you been passionate about something that faded over time? Maybe a hobby, a person, a job, or an idea. It felt all-consuming at first, didn't it? And then it didn't. Passion isn't reliable. It shifts like sand beneath your feet. Instead of chasing it, the Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our character, our effort, and the values we choose to uphold. These are not romantic ideas, but they are steadfast ones. They don't sizzle like passion. They build something far better, a meaningful life. This isn't about giving up on dreams or settling for less. It's about redefining fulfillment. What if you stopped asking, "What makes me passionate?" and started asking, "What can I do well? What serves others? What strengthens me?" It's a shift that can change everything. And maybe, just maybe, passion will find you in the process. 1. Stop chasing passion. Start building mastery. Here's a truth that might sting a little. Passion alone won't take you anywhere worth going. The Stoics didn't sit around waiting to feel inspired. They rolled up their sleeves and got to work, even when it wasn't glamorous or exciting. They believed in mastery, the kind that's built through patience, discipline, and consistent effort. That's where real fulfillment comes from. Think about it. When you focus on passion, you're essentially saying, "I'll only commit if it feels good." But feelings are slippery. One day you're on fire with excitement. The next, you're questioning everything. This roller coaster leads to frustration, not progress. The Stoics teach us to shift our focus from chasing a fleeting emotion to building something solid, competence. You may not always feel like practicing, learning, or refining your skills, but every small step adds up. Over time, that discipline transforms into confidence, and confidence often creates a deeper, more sustainable passion. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. As a Roman emperor, he didn't wake up every day excited about the heavy responsibility of leading an empire. When you focus on mastery, you're not just improving a skill, you're building a foundation for something far bigger: character, resilience, and yes, even joy. Passion may knock on your door one day, but mastery ensures you'll already be prepared to answer. 2. Embrace what you can control, release what you can't. Let's be real. Most of the stress in life comes from trying to wrestle control over things that are completely out of our hands. You didn't get the job. The person you love doesn't feel the same way. The weather ruined your plans. Sound familiar? The Stoics, ever-practical philosophers, would say, of course it does. They believed in a simple yet life-changing principle. Focus your energy on what you can control and let go of everything else. Think about how much time we waste obsessing over external outcomes. You pour your heart into a project, but the client hates it. You spend weeks training for a race, but an injury sidelines you. When things go wrong, it's easy to spiral into frustration and self-pity. But here's the Stoic twist. Your job isn't to control outcomes. It's to control your actions and reactions. Epictetus, a famous Stoic, put it perfectly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The truth is, no amount of worrying, complaining, or overthinking can change the weather, other people's opinions, or the past. What you can change is your mindset, your preparation, and your attitude. This isn't easy. It's a skill, one you build day by day. But once you master it, you'll realize something incredible. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. You can thrive even in uncertainty. 3. Let action define you, not overthinking. If overthinking were an Olympic sport, most of us would be gold medalists. We analyze every decision, debate every possibility, and stay frozen in fear of making the wrong choice. But the Stoics didn't have time for that. They knew the real secret to progress wasn't perfect planning, it was action. The truth is, no amount of thinking can replace doing. You can research, strategize, and weigh options forever, but none of it matters until you take the first step. The Stoics believed that action was the antidote to doubt. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most action-oriented leaders, often reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What he meant was clear: stop debating and start moving. When we overthink, we give power to fear, the fear of failure, rejection, or making a mistake. But here's the thing: mistakes aren't the enemy, they're teachers. Each action you take, even the messy or misguided ones, brings you closer to clarity. Waiting for the perfect moment or solution only guarantees stagnation. So the next time you catch yourself stuck in a loop of what-ifs, ask yourself this: what's one thing I can do right now? Then do it. Let action shape your path and trust that clarity will follow. Because in the end, the person who moves, even imperfectly, always gets farther than the one who waits. Detachment from outcomes. Invest in effort. Have you ever poured your heart into something only to feel crushed when the result didn't match your expectations? Maybe it was a promotion you didn't get, a relationship that fell apart, or a goal that just didn't work out. It's easy to feel defeated, but here's the Stoic truth: your worth isn't tied to the outcome, it's tied to the effort you put in. The Stoics were masters of detachment, not from life, but from the need for things to go their way. Epictetus famously said, "You are not disturbed by things, but by your view of them." What he meant was that our suffering often comes from clinging too tightly to results. We work hard, we care deeply, and then we hinge our happiness on something we can't fully control. So, the next time you're chasing a goal, ask yourself, am I doing my best? Am I putting in honest effort? If the answer is yes, let go of the rest. You can't control every result, but you can always control the energy and heart you bring to the process. See obstacles as opportunities. We all hit roadblocks in life, moments where everything feels impossible. You're rejected from your dream school. A business idea flops. A relationship ends unexpectedly. Most people see these moments as reasons to quit, but the Stoics saw them differently. To them, obstacles weren't barriers, they were opportunities in disguise. Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully in his Meditations. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Translation: the thing blocking your path is your path. The struggle isn't a detour, it's part of the journey. Take a moment to let that sink in. What if every challenge you face is secretly teaching you something? Maybe it's resilience, patience, or the ability to pivot. The Stoics believed that obstacles are tools, sharpening us into stronger, wiser versions of ourselves. They didn't waste time asking, "Why me?" Instead, they asked, "What can I do with this?" Think of a time when you faced something that felt impossible. Maybe you didn't get the outcome you wanted, but what did you learn? Did it make you more resourceful, more determined? Often the toughest moments in life are the ones that force us to grow. The Stoics weren't suggesting that hardship is easy or fun. They simply believed it's a reality we can use to our advantage. If your plans fall apart, maybe it's a chance to explore a better route. If you're rejected, maybe it's an opportunity to refine your approach. Even pain has its lessons if you're willing to look for them. So instead of seeing obstacles as enemies, start seeing them as teachers. The next time life throws a curveball, ask yourself, what can I learn? How can this make me better? You'll be surprised by how much power you have, not to avoid challenges, but to transform them. After all, the obstacle isn't just in your way, it's leading you toward your greatest growth. Harness the power of the present moment. How often do you find yourself stuck in the past, replaying what went wrong, or lost in the future, worrying about what might happen? It's a mental trap that keeps you from living fully. The Stoics believed that life only ever happens now. Not in the past you can't change, nor in the future you can't predict. The present moment is where your power lies. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." It's simple yet profound advice. The past is gone, the future isn't here, and all we have is the moment in front of us. Yet, so many of us waste it, scrolling mindlessly, procrastinating or overthinking. Imagine how much clearer, calmer, and more effective you'd be if you gave your full attention to what's in front of you right now. Living in the present is a skill. It takes practice to catch your mind when it drifts to regrets or fears. But each time you bring your attention back to the now, you're reclaiming your power. You're showing up for your life as it is, not as you wish it were. And in doing so, you'll discover that the present is where peace, clarity, and strength truly live.